Is our real estate market on fire in Treasure Valley, Idaho, or is it starting to get a little fizzled out with the April showers coming rolling in right now, right? Let's talk about our Treasure Valley real estate market. But first, I want to share some notes with you from our National Association of Realtors chief economist, Mr. Lawrence Yun, just the other day said that he feels confident going forward with the jobs numbers with 303,000 net new payroll jobs added and 39,000 in the construction industry. So that's all great news going forward, building consumer confidence. He also touched on the interest rate environment that we're in currently. He feels that we're going to be steady for the next couple of months. So if you're waiting for the interest rates to drop out of the sky down to 3 or 4%, which were the historical lows, actually down to the high twos, but not going to happen. Not going to happen now, or probably not for the foreseeable near future. Okay, we are sitting somewhere around 6.5 to 6.75 rates right now with a 30-year mortgage. And if those numbers start to come down, which they keep fluctuating a little bit, right? But if they start to come down and start to head down to that 6% range, that really gets the needle moving. But regardless, we are having a lot of activity right now, a lot of buyer demand, regardless of the interest rates. We're still running into multiple offers on properties all throughout the country. I could attest for Southern California, my Santa Clarita market, and Treasure Valley up in the Boise area. I could attest for that too, because we're seeing that. I've been representing buyers and sellers in both, and have been running up to that situation in that dynamic in different properties where they're running into multiple offers. And some of the listings I'm selling as well. So that's what's happening there with what Mr. Yun has shared, which actually does align with what our Fed, Jerome Powell, was wanting to do, is produce some stability in these interest rates. And that definitely improves consumer confidence, as maybe we have seen telltale sign of that because we have more listings coming on the market. That could be a combination of, well, it's springtime too. Yes, more homes come on the market. I have heard some YouTube sensations out there going, oh my God, the inventory is building up. Well, it always does in the spring. Relax. It's all natural. This is what happens. People start putting their homes on the market in the spring. It always picks up. Don't make some crazy hook headline out of that. Just stop it. You bunch of hookers out there. I know, right? That sounds terrible, but it is. It's terrible. Quit hooking people into the conversation. Let's just talk about the story. Maybe you want to hear it, maybe you don't, but we don't need to hook you in, right? We're at the hook-free zone over here at McCallum Real Estate, and let's talk a little bit more about what's going on in the Treasure Valley area with the most recent changes in ADUs, accessory dwelling units. We'll talk about that in a minute, and also what's going on with the big sporting goods store Scheels out there in Meridian. Wow, lots of crazy stuff happening there. But first, before I do that, let's go through some numbers here in the Treasure Valley, because I know that's what you want to hear about. And I'm going to share our active listing numbers with you in Ada County. And these are numbers pulled from the end of last month. They're up around 1,126 active listings, which is up 8.4% from last year. Okay, not too shabby. Sold inventory is down 15 to 17% in Ada County from last year's numbers. The good news is, though, is those sales numbers are up month to month 12%. So we're just recently seeing quite a bunch of sales activity in that capacity. Days on market average collectively between Ada and Canyon County are really close to the same, 49 days before a home goes into contract. That number is down 30%, 37% from last year, actually. Our days on market were longer last year. Now they're down to about 49 days before we're seeing homes go into contract. Median sales price in Ada County, $522, which is up 5.7% from last year. Okay. Canyon County, let's talk about our Canyon County numbers. Active, a little over 726 for the Canyon County area. That is up 13.1% from last year this time. Sold homes is down 17.6% from this time last year, but up 11.9% month over month. So that is another, just like Ada County, we're getting a lot of sales happening again, just recently picking up the steam. Median price in Canyon County, $409,000 for your median price home. And that is up 5.1% from last year. Okay. So that's where we're at on those numbers here. Our inventory, our standing inventory, we're at about 1.8 months in Ada County and 2.1 months in Canyon County. What does that mean? That means that if we didn't have another home come on the market, that's how long it would take to clear out all the standing inventory. Roughly 2 months to get rid of it all be sold, and now we have no more homes to sell, right? So, and where does that sit in the realm of seller market, normal market, and buyer market? Well, we're in a seller market with that kind of inventory, providing there are people that still want to buy homes. There's demand. You got supply, and you also have demand. That is the other half of that equation, right? So the demand is good. The demand is good right now, and the supply is very low. So 4 to 6 months of inventory is a normal, healthy market, right? The closer we get to 6 months and going over 6 months of inventory, now we become a buyer's market. We're going to flip the coin on this whole thing, but we've been in a low seller's market inventory for quite a while now, and it's still there. Although the inventory has picked up a little bit recently, there are people ready to gobble them up. That's what's happening. Again, you have to price the home correctly and need to present to the market correctly, and you're going to get a lot of action on that property, most likely. Okay. So let's talk about now next. Let's go into this Boise Zoning Code rewrite that they just recently had in December of 2024. And they're talking about ADUs, accessory dwelling units, or your mother-in-law cottages, they've been called, or the granny flats, or the little guest house in the backyard, right? Whichever works for you. They have added some changes. They went from 700 square feet allowed to now 900 square feet allowed on these builds, on these ADUs, right? Another thing they have changed is that it's not mandatory that the owner of the ADU lives in the home, that they reside in the home while they're renting out the ADU. That you don't have to do anymore. You don't have to live there anymore. And additionally, you don't have to provide additional parking for the ADU. Before you did. Okay. So you've got more square footage. The owner does not have to reside in the main house, and you do not have to provide additional parking. That's what's happening right now with the new ADU rewrite on the zoning codes. 38 applications were received already this year as of last month, and 25 were approved for these ADU builds. I have a feeling the speculation is going to be around 100 for this year. So that takes me to my next question. My next thought is, what do you think about that? What do you think about all these ADUs being allowed to be built in people's backyards, and sometimes garage conversions as well, right? I know in Southern California that now you could build ADUs 2 stories. So you've got a lot of these close-knit neighborhoods where people are now building 2-story ADUs. You might be in your backyard swinging in your hammock, and you're looking up going, wait a minute, that wasn't there when I bought the house. The person now staring into my backyard. That can really change the dynamics for a lot of people, not to mention the parking, because now you don't even have to add additional parking. You just, people parking in the street or wherever they can find a spot. We're all going to be fighting over a parking spot, right? Please share with me in the comments below, what do you think is going to happen? And what are your true thoughts about this? I'd love to know, okay? It'd be very helpful to know. So there's that. Now I want to move on to something else. Scheels, the largest sporting goods store in the world. That's right. They have got one to open up here in Meridian off of 10 Mile off the 84. And it is large and it is in charge. It's 300,000 square feet of sporting good madness, right? You could pop in there. It's like going into a sporting good mall, right? But 300,000 square feet. They even have a 20,000 square foot warehouse next to this property, just to house all of the sporting goods in there, right? Here's the really cool thing. It's employing 500 people at this store. Scheels is employing 500 people right in this Meridian store, which, by the way, is the second largest one in the country. Largest sporting goods store in Idaho today, and it's the second largest in the country. We have it right here in Meridian, right off of 10 Mile in 84. So 300,000 square feet, 500 employees, and they have, I should say, 70 spots left. So if you're looking for a job in the sporting good industry, hop on over to Scheels. They're looking for about 70 people right now to fill those slots, okay? So there's a lot of information right there. I hope I was able to deliver it well, and I hope everyone's having a great day, and we'll see you next time.